You're a musician, but you started off explain how you started off doing that.
I did Tamarack Idol in 11th grade at my high school, and I forgot the lyrics, so I was like, I'm never singing again. And then I did it again, and then I didn't forget the lyrics. So then I was like, that was fun. And then I went to SUNY New Paltz for music therapy, and I shadowed a music therapist and just like cried all
What's
the time.
music therapy?
Music therapy is using music as a form of therapy. So like what I did was I shadowed a therapist who worked with older adults with like traumatic brain issues. And a lot of them will just kind of like yell stuff out, or they'll like say really inappropriate stuff to you, but you kind of have to learn to just like go with it. Yeah, a lot of it is like doing like sing-alongs or like songs that everybody knows. But then knowing that You Are My Sunshine is actually a really sad song, so you don't want to like I guess just reading into the music a lot and using it to help people.
Why is it a really sad song?
You Are My Sunshine is about like someone dying. Yeah. But it's like
Did not know that.
yeah. But then I realized that I was too emotional for that. I like cried all the time and it was terrible. I'm just a softie. So then I was
Sounds like you needed the music therapy.
Exactly.
For those who don't know, Julia cries at literally everything.
I do.
Anything that happens.
Anything.
A tear
Puppies, dolphins.
Probably
song.
gonna cry after this podcast.
Yeah.
I might.
Maybe
I'm on the
podcast.
verge. Yeah. So then I switched my major to music performance, and now I am here
That's cool.
with you guys
With us.
in LA.
What's the difference between? Sorry, what was your first major?
Music therapy.
What was the difference between music therapy and music performance? Like, what are the main things that kind of changed?
Instead of doing more like psychology studying, like I was learning a lot about how music affects people, and like you learn how to play all the instruments a little bit instead of music performance being you pick one instrument and you get really good at it, and you're in like ensembles and you take music theory, extensive music theory, and like yeah, I guess that's really the only difference, but focusing on the performance aspect of it instead of being versatile.
And it's more concentrated, like you said, on one instrument.
Yeah, so I did vocals, but I also got to study guitar.
So almost more like a conservatory where like you're going and it's like you sign up for violin.
Yeah, New Paltz wasn't a conservatory. It like the program definitely is not as good as like Purchase.
Yeah.
They have a really nice conservatory program, but yeah, more so than music therapy.
That's cool.
What did you learn the most in New Paltz?
That's a tough question.
I think I learned my style. Like I found my style of music from New Paltz in jazz theory. I like really got to take a lot of the concepts that we were learning and apply them to songwriting instead of just studying classical music. And I think I learned more from the people that I met there than I did in the actual program.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, did you like kind of get a lot of influence from the other students in the class? And
yeah.
I
Like,
think that's almost true with like a lot of schooling though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've learned a lot from like other people, like at my previous schools than I
More
did like
so
in the
than
classroom.
yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
working with people and like talking to people.
But I also think music is a little bit more communal. Like when I went to school for photography, you had those artists that, I mean, I'm sure you get this with music too, but you had artists that were like, oh, like, you know, whatever, like, I don't care about your stuff kind of thing. Whereas with music, it's like, oh, that thing that you just did in this genre can be applied to my genre.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I see that like maybe it's a little bit different, like being in and out of studios with like different musicians, where, like, they apply it to like different stuff, and it's like more of like a community type thing.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too.
The song that I put out, Stay Like This, the first melody of it, I took from a punk song at,
cool.
at a show that I was at. I was at like a little house show, and they had that melody in their song, and I was like, that's a good melody, but it doesn't sound good in this song. So I took it and wrote a different song with it.
Nice.
But like taking punk music or like it was like screamo, honestly.
Yeah.
And then turning it into like my like pop R&B singer songwriter stuff.